You were probably at one point in your life lost, stuck, unfulfilled. You're probably somewhere working for someone else, 9 to 5, miserable in your job, and just desiring more out of your life. And you just don't know where to start. I was there. I know exactly how you feel. I used to think, like, okay, God, there has to be more for my life. There has to be more for me. Like, I did not go to school, work, do all these things, work so hard, make good grades, to literally live a life where I'm unfulfilled in. And I think a majority of the world are just kind of like going along with the norms of society and never really plugging back in to look deep within themselves to say, okay, what are my passions, right? What are the things that light me up? What are my proficiencies? What are the things that I'm really good at doing? And really doing the deep inner work to discover your God-given purpose. There's a reason for you being here on this earth, right? You can literally look back at some of the experiences that you've had, like some of your painful experiences that you've had in your life, that you can now reach back and help others with, right? When God takes us through a trial, when he takes us through problems or pain points in our lives, it's very seldom about just ourselves, right? It's usually because there is someone else that is going to come behind you that's going to need what you have, right? Hey, my girl, how are you, girl? How are you, Britt? I am just like so passionate about just really discovering your purpose, understanding why you are here. Why did God create you? Realizing that there's purpose that is birthed through your painful experiences. There are certain things that you have overcome, and now you can reach back and help someone else overcome. Oh, yeah, busy. Same girl. Same. Oh my gosh. So this week, I had a challenge. This was day 5, and I'm telling you, these women, they showed up and they showed out, okay? I'm just super honored, super privileged to have been able to serve them this week. It's just been so good. So good. So yeah, it's been busy. And then not only that, I do have a workshop that I'm hosting next week, and it's going to be amazing. It's going to be in a week. It's called Work with God Workshop. And it's going to be so powerful because it's literally going to be, God literally downloaded a framework to me yesterday in addition to what he's already given to me. It sounds like you've been surrounded by people on their A game. That's fantastic. Absolutely, Brittany. I always say this. I often say this. I do not attract the mediocre many, okay? The people who are attracted to me are the real royalty, the rare royalty, not the mediocre many, not the peasant mindset people. It's the queen mindset, the elevated mindset people, right? And the women that come to me and are attracted to me are truly women who are go-getters. They are action takers. They are impact makers, because something you have to understand is you don't attract what you want. You attract who you are. And because I know who I am, and because I know what I pour out, I know what I give out to others, I know how I serve, I know how I show up, I attract the same women back. So yeah, these women inside of this coaching, inside of this challenge was amazing. Also in my coaching community as well. Hey, Graham, how are you? So yeah, so it's so important. Hey, Kira, my girl, how are you? How are you, queen? So good. Yeah, so it's really important to really just look at. So I titled this message, what did I title it? Oh yeah, there's treasure in your trial. There is treasure in your trial. And I have a whole framework. Awesome, Gray, that's awesome. I have a whole framework. Hey, Liam. I have a framework that is actually inside of my coaching community, but for the challenge, I actually pulled it out and we were working through this framework, and these women have really showed up and showed out. Oh, that's so good, Gray. Thank you. Oh, it's going to get better. Exactly. Keep that same energy, Kira. I have not been attracting what I believe I deserve. Okay, so do you really believe it? Do you really believe it? It's going to come. It's truly going to come. And Kiara, definitely. Yeah, keep that same energy, keep that same outlook, continue to reframe your thinking and just say, yeah, absolutely. It's going to get better. Absolutely. It always does. And for me, I always anchor, like Romans 8:28 is one of my favorite scriptures, because it just reminds us that all things, right? All things work together for the good of those who love the Lord and who are called according to his purpose. And so it's really important that we anchor onto that, knowing that even when it doesn't look like in the physical, it doesn't look like it's going to work out, knowing, just having that inner knowing that it is, right? Because it's not some things, it doesn't say may work out. No. It says all things. I have faith. Everything's going to work for the good. Brittany, right there. Exactly. Romans 8:28. And even if we misstep, hey, Justice, yes, awesome. Thank you for that. Even if we do make a misstep, we know that God has many, many titles, and one of his titles is Jehovah Ra, and that is the Lord God, our shepherd, right? And so we are his sheep. He's leading us as our shepherd. And so with him leading us, we know that all is going to work out. And even if we make a misstep, he's going to Romans 8:28 our lives and turn it all back around so that it works out for our good. And so oftentimes, one of my coaches, Myron Golden, he always says, if it's not working for you, it's working on you, right? If it's not working for me, it's working on me. So it's all working, all work works. It's just a matter of you just being aware of how it's working, right? I'm so grateful for my faith. I literally couldn't live without him. Absolutely, Brittany. I feel you. Like and subscribe to support the channel. Thank you so much, Kara girl. I appreciate you for saying that. For sure. Thank you. Yeah. So, yeah. And so like, it's really important that we just do a quick evaluation of some of the trials that we've gone through and really be able to shift through those trials and really find the treasure, because everything is always working out for our good. All things work out for our good. Some of our most painful points in life, it's going to birth purpose in our lives. And so, but it's for our responsibility to really just do the work to really see it, right? Do the work to see it and truly believe it, right? Truly believe and know, like belief is everything. Belief is everything. And so that's why I really love your attitude, Kara, where, you're like, I'm sad, but I know it's going to work out. And so, yes, it's okay to be honest about your feelings, right? But it's also important to have the faith knowing that it's going to work out. I'm in the midst of change and I still don't understand what the point of the trial was. Wow. Okay. All right. You're going to get it. You're going to get it. There's always something. Everything is always working out for our good. So we have to look at it with like the law of polarity. So the law of polarity is, there's always like a good and a bad. There's always two sides, right? So you never see a piece of paper you never see a one-sided piece of paper, ever. There's no one-sided piece of paper. There's no one-sided. Look, you guys, I got new colors. I'm so excited for my whiteboard. I was like, oh, let me switch it up, because I always had the same boring colors, just the red, the blue, the green, the basic colors. Now I have all different types of colors. So now I could pick, choose, and refuse. I can definitely relate. Yes. No, yeah, I get it. I'm sure the truth will smack me in the face. God is clarity, for sure. But there's always like, so I'll just use these, even though I just was talking bad about them. But, so the law of polarity. So here we have our little line here. Check me out with orange now. And then you have, so there's always like a negative, and then there's always a positive to everything in life, right? There's always a negative and a positive to everything in life. And so it's really just your choice on whether or not you're going to put your attention on the positive, or are you going to put your attention on the negative, right? And so even like sometimes there's, yes, two sides of a coin. Absolutely, Justice. Right. Exactly. Right on point. Haha, Kara, yeah, I don't always have clarity, but when I do, it usually smacks me upside the head. So good. So yeah, just focus. So your energy flows where your attention goes, right? So whatever you focus on, that's where your energy is going to flow. If you're going to focus on the negative, it's going to flow to the negative. If you're going to focus on the positive, your energy, everything is going to focus on the positive. And let me actually put that. So like even like I often use this example, but it's kind of like when you're in traffic, like say you're driving, you're in traffic, you know, say you're late for something, you have an appointment, you're late for something, and you're like, okay, how can, like, instead of looking like, oh, like getting all frustrated, you're in the traffic anyway. So it's better to just adjust your response, right? Instead of reacting, respond, right? And you have a choice. You have a choice on the way in which you're going to respond. You're going to look at it. So for me, when I get upset when I'm in traffic, I'm just like, I say to myself, you know what? There's a reason for this. There's a reason. God is protecting me from something ahead. You know, like I make the choice, the conscious choice to focus on the positive and to see that there's something on the other side that I can't see in the natural, that God is allowing this traffic to protect me from. So even something as frustrating as that, you know, yeah, rejection is protection. I understand duality, but have a mentality. I am not double-minded, not perfect though, but I am blessed to be able to recognize that those that are, for sure. Is the glass right? You got it. Is it half full or half empty? So good. I am a glass half empty. LOL. Yes, you can. Okay, Brittany. Yes, you can. It's a choice. It's a choice. You are. So now I want you, instead of saying I am a glass half empty, no, now you're going to eliminate that identity, because that is not you. I am a glass half full, because that's a choice. Yeah, that's definitely a choice. So yeah, so you got this, girl. There's going to be a trial. There's always a trial that proceeds, but you have to look back, like think of some things that you've triumphed over in your life, right? So I actually walked through this framework. It's a 5-step framework inside of my coaching community that I brought to my challenge today, this week. Man, these women were amazing. They really showed out. But so the first T, so it's 5 T's all together. And sorry for the glare. I choose to be that way because seeing the glass half full is typical and obvious. When AI chose to see what's missing, I create when I choose to see what's missing, I create solutions. It's the path less walked for me. I'm a negative optimist. Okay. All right. So the first step, you have to analyze the trials that you've gone through, but also a positive optimist. Okay. Pros and cons. Yeah, absolutely, Justice. Yeah, I get it, but yeah, I always choose to just think of the positive. Because like thinking negative thoughts just leads to negative emotions, or you know, it's just like your emotions follow your thoughts. So I just choose to think positive thoughts. All right, so I'm going to erase this for now, and then we're going to jump into I wanted to really quickly, just go through the 5 steps that I actually took my clients through today. Oh, thank you so much, Justice. Jane, I appreciate you. So these were the 5 steps. I teach it more in depth in my coaching community, and in the 5-day challenge, like I was able to do a quick little synopsis. And these women, when I say they were challenged, okay? And it was just so powerful. But the first step is the trial, right? So there's a problem, there's an issue, there's a pain point in your life that you've gone through that you have then triumphed over, right? So think back of an experience that you've had that you have, you know, overcame, right? So for me, my personal one that I often share was like, I did all the right things society tells you to do that I thought would have brought me success and fulfillment and happiness in my life. But then when I was working my dream career, I realized, wait, this isn't all like what I thought it would be. Like, wait, do I really have to do this for another 30 years, clocking in and like getting 2 weeks off for vacation a year and, you know, like just living on someone else's timeline? I wanted a life of freedom. I wanted a life of fulfillment. And I had no idea how I was going to get there, right? And so I can say, honestly, I felt extremely stuck. Ooh, why did I spell that wrong? I felt stuck. I felt stuck in I felt stuck in life. I felt stuck in my career. I felt stuck in just even my finances, because there's a cap, right? When you're working for someone else, there's a cap, right? You're trading your time for money. And there's no way that your money will exceed beyond how much time you could put in when you trade your time for money. So I was stuck. I was just like, man, like I was getting by, right? But I just still wasn't in a place that I couldn't see myself flourishing beyond, right? Just working and trading your time for money, there's definitely a cap there. And so I wanted more freedom. And with my digital business, I've been able to establish that life of freedom. So I've been able to triumph over this trial that I was once in, right? Okay, let me look at the comments. Oh, does it? I wonder why. I do this all the time and it never looks like that. That is so weird. Did YouTube switch it up on me? Hey, Gray, glad you're back. Oh my gosh, what in the world? Why is it doing that? It never did that before. I always go live this way. Wow, that's crazy. Wow, I wonder why it's backwards now. That sucks. I gotta figure that out. I wonder why. Huh. My apologies. I guess I'll try to maybe research and see why it's happening like that now, because I always did it this way and it never was backwards before. That sucks. All right, so I know you can't really see it, but it says trial and it says triumph. I was stuck. That was my trial. And then I was able to create a life of freedom through my digital business, online business. And so now the third step is to create a trail, right? And so like now with your business, with your kingdom business, and actually stepping into a purpose-driven business, you're going to take the trial that you've gone through, your problems, your pain points, you're going to evaluate how you were able to triumph over that and create a trail for someone else to follow so that they can also oh, thank you so much, Brittany. Thank you. I'm so sorry that this is happening. I don't know why that's happening. That's gonna suck because I always teach with my whiteboard. Yes, triumph. And then this third step is a trail. So now you're gonna create a 3 to 5 step trail. Because if it's more than that, then it's like people don't want to do it. So you want to do a 3 to 5 step trail. And so my 3 to 5 steps trail is my CPR framework, because like God just gave me a CPR framework because I was a nurse and he speaks to me. God speaks to you in your own unique way, the way you would understand. And so CPR, because he told me that I was transitioning from physical CPR to spiritual CPR. And so, oh man. Yes, help someone else on their trail. For real. Absolutely. You're creating a 3 to 5 step trail. So I created a 3 to 5. I created a 3-step framework, and it's the CPR. So the C is for clarity, the P is for purpose, and the R is to redesign with a roadmap. Yes. Thank you so much, Britt. Yeah. So you can literally take something, a painful experience that you've been able to triumph over, and create a trail for someone else, a 3 to 5 step trail. And so this is what these women did inside of, yes, thank you, Britt, you're so good. This is what these ladies did inside of this, inside of my coaching community, but then also within this 5-day challenge. It was so powerful. And so yeah, so clarity, purpose. So my first step is to redesign with your creator for clarity. The second step is redefine your identity with purpose. And then the third step is to redesign your life with a roadmap. Because that was me. I really wanted to redesign my life. Like I was living a life by default, and I truly wanted to redesign my life to the life that I truly desired to live, that God truly desired for me to live. And I think so often, so many people are just getting by. Like, there are a lot of people living in poverty that are just literally surviving, right? There are people out here just surviving. And God wants his people to thrive, right? In 2025, we are thriving. Janelle, have you ever heard of SMART Goal? Yeah, absolutely. I have. My old therapist recommended it. I'm going to combine your method with the SMART Gold method. Big, dream big, set goals, take action for sure. You know what, Kira? It's so funny because inside of my CPR planner, I have a 90-day planner. It's a purpose planner. And so it helps you to discover your purpose, but then it also, when you do discover your purpose, write the vision, make it plain, then you're able to reverse engineer it. Where is it? It's over there. Let me go grab it. I'll be right back. But literally, it's so funny that you mentioned that, because literally inside of my Clear Purpose Roadmap is exactly that. I have a every month. So this is a quarterly planner. So every month you set a monthly smart goals, right? You set monthly SMART goals, and then it's like it's undated, so you can fill it in. You can literally create it whenever you want, but literally specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time bound, right? And so I literally use this every month. So yeah, so for sure, I'm glad you mentioned it, but for sure, like, it's really important. Like, I have a monthly planner, habit tracker, brain dump, weekly brain dumps, and then you can literally just have an overview of your week, and then it flows into daily planner. So yeah, it's so funny that you said that, because yeah, SMART goals are so good. They really are. Okay, so where was I? So yeah, so you want to create a trail to help someone else, like reach back and help others. You know, the reason why I said there's treasure in your trial is because we're going through it, but it's like God literally tells us in his word, Deuteronomy 8:18, that he gives us the power to get wealth. And so there's no reason why, as believers, as kingdom women, as queens, as royalty, as, you know, there's no reason why. And this is why I hate the religious spirit so much, because the religious spirit, there is treasure in your trial. Absolutely. Absolutely. The religious spirit will tell you, like, oh yeah, no, live in poverty, you know, the false humility. Like, it's just, no, like, that's such a lie from the pit of hell. Like, God doesn't want us surviving and scraping to get by. He literally said in his word, he gives us the power to create wealth. When we are, you know, able to create wealth, we're then able to give back to the poor. We're able to serve the kingdom of God on a higher level. And we're not scraping. We're not trying to survive. We're actually thriving, right? Thriving in our lives, in all areas of our lives, right? Not just financially, but it's important that we prosper in all our ways. But I just hate that religious spirit and that lie that says that we should be poor. Like, no, we should not be poor. We should be thriving financially, physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, all of the leads, thriving in every area of our lives. And that is what God wants for us. But it's really, like, even in Ecclesiastes 10:19, you can look it up yourself. It literally says money answers all things, right? Money answers all things. Like, you know, you on this side of eternity, Ecclesiastes 10:19. And so when we make money on this earth, because he knows that we need the money to buy things, to trade, you know what I mean? So it's like, you can't, sometimes it's like someone, say for instance, you have a family or a friend who needs help financially, but you can't even help them because you can't even help yourself, you know? Like, it's like, how is that kingdom when our God is the God of the entire universe, you know? So these things, like, really, I'm very passionate about this, about women creating wealth for themselves and being able to discover their purpose and be able to deliver the gifts and the talents and the skills that align with their God-given purpose, so they can go out and deliver it to the people they're called to serve and really create wealth for themselves. Like, you know, like, I honestly feel like a woman who owns her business owns her life, you know? Obviously we know that our lives are not our own. It's under the grace of God, but on the physical level, we own our lives. Like, we don't have to check in with the boss all the time. I know what that's like, and I didn't like it, but that's just my opinion. I'm not saying every single person in the world is called to entrepreneurship, because there are people who are, you know, doctors, lawyers, surgeons. We need those type of people. So I'm not saying everyone in the world, but I truly feel like even those people should have some sort of a side, multiple streams of income, not relying on just one. All right, so now we're going to go through the last 2 steps, and then I'm going to jump off of here. And so after the trial, after you create a 3-step trial that you have created, it's just like you like retracing your steps and like, okay, what was the first thing I did? Okay, what was the second thing I did? And what was the third thing I did? Okay, now I'm going to help other people do the same thing, right? And so then after that, you got to go out and testify. You have to go out and testify. That's the marketing. If you don't testify, you don't have a business. You have no business, right? Marketing and sales go hand in hand. You have to market to make sales. And so this is hence why I'm here on YouTube, why I do to show up and to just offer my services, offer the things that I have that can help someone get from point A to point B, right? I have a system, I have a framework, I have a trail that can help you get from stuck to freedom, right? How to literally start your digital business. And now I'm on here testifying, right? On YouTube, on IG, TikTok, you know, whatever your social media platform, even if you want to do Facebook ads, right? If you don't, you know, you could do some ads, but you need to market. You don't have a business if you're not marketing. And then the last step is, thank you, girl, testify. Yes. And then the last step is now your treasure, right? When you show up, you're pouring out, you're serving, you are, because one thing that you have to understand is selling is serving. If you have Proverbs 11:26, Proverbs 11:26 says, blessed is the man, blessings is on the head of the man who doesn't withhold the grain but sells it, right? That's me paraphrasing it. But like blessing is the one who goes out and sells the grain. That's Proverbs, that's Bible. Like when Joseph, right? You guys are familiar with Joseph. When he interpreted the dream and realized that there was going to be a 7 years of famine, they were prepared in advance. And when the people came, they were all under starvation, and the people came to buy grain and wheat to survive. They sold them the grain. He didn't give it away to them. He sold it to them, right? And literally Proverbs says, like, blessed is the man who sells the grain. So you don't want to withhold, you know, what is going to help others. Like there's women out there that want to go from stuck to freedom. They want to start their business. And that's where I come in, right? I'm out here. I've created a roadmap. I've created a trail. I'm out here testifying, and then the treasures come in. Now with digital products, I get paid every single day, every day. So this is where you're going to get paid, through your treasure. And so there's treasure in your trial. There is treasure in your trial. You didn't go through that trial. You didn't go through that pain in vain. There's treasure in every single thing you've gone through. God is working all things out, not some things, but all things out for your good. And so, yes, that's what I had for you. I just wanted to share that because this is exactly the framework that I took my challengers through, and we went in depth. Oh, you're so welcome, Brittany. You're so welcome. Thank you for your transcribing. I appreciate you. Oh, wait, I missed something. I start in February. I didn't see that. I finally got enough capital to start my business. Yay! Awesome! Brittany, congratulations. I'm so happy for you. I almost missed that. Wow. Congrats. Congrats, girl. You got this. You got this, queen. I'm so proud of you. That's a blessing. That's truly a blessing. Yes, Brittany, that is so good. So yeah, that's the treasure trial framework. That's one of my frameworks. I have so many in my coaching community, but yeah, you develop. So my clients this week, my challengers, they actually developed their frameworks, and now they have a solid foundational framework that they can go out and help others with, to serve others with. Oh, you're welcome, Kiara. I'm so glad. Thank you. Yeah, so you now have a solid framework. So yeah, that's homework that you can do to like really just sit back and just think like, you know? And it's just so good when I can just work one-on-one, or not one-on-one, but you know, like work more intimately in a setting where I can help and just kind of like facilitate and help others to do the same thing. And it's like, once you learn the blueprint, it's like you can't unlearn it. You can literally rinse and repeat, copy, plug and play, like, and go out and continue to just think like, this is what I did. It's literally what I did, you know? And so God has graced me with the ability to break down like complex things and bring it into like a system that people can follow, like 3-step frame system. And that's what makes it fun and doable for others. And so yeah. And so this is what I do inside of my coaching community. And more, because I have 3 tiers to my coaching community. I have the highest tier, and the highest tier is where I teach more on like it's more in depth for like mindset, because I'm telling you, it's everything. Honestly, I truly believe everything is mindset. Like, I often share, like, you can have a business and not be a business owner, right? You can have a business and not be a business owner, because I operated like that for years. And so I had a business, but I didn't identify as that. So when times got hard, I was like, ooh, before I would be like, ooh, should I go back to nursing? Should I go back to my job? Should I go back to my 9 to 5 when things got kind of tight? But literally God had to say, he literally said, you are a business owner. Meaning I had to own the identity. I was still operating as an employee in my mind, and not as an entrepreneur. And so I had to take on the identity. So yeah, there's a lot more in depth that goes. And then the second tier is like, for my published authors, I've helped several women to publish their books. And so that's another tier that I do in my coaching community. And then the other tier that I do is to help women. The first tier is to help them discover their purpose and create a digital product so that they can create a digital empire. And so, yeah, that's what I do. And I'm just so grateful to God that I'm able to, because I know how it feels to feel stuck. And now that I'm living this life of freedom that I once dreamt of, that I had no idea how I was going to achieve it. Now that I have the blueprint, I have the framework, I know what to do. It's my moral obligation to now go back and to reach other women who feel stuck, reach other women and tell them, like, literally my mandate is Isaiah 61. Like, the Lord has anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor, right? To declare the opening of the prison to those who are bound. You don't have to be bound anymore. There is freedom within you. That is my message. There is freedom within you. So for any woman out there who will watch the replay, who feel stuck, feel like they're lost, feel like they're trapped, the freedom that you desire is already within you. Everything is within you, because Holy Spirit is within, and you don't have to stay stuck. You don't have to stay bound. You don't. Oh, okay, you're welcome. Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome, Britt. Yeah, I'm gonna jump off of here too. Thank you so much, Kira. I appreciate you guys. I love you ladies so much. Thank you so much for jumping on my live. Yes, it's already within you. Absolutely. Freedom is within. Freedom is within. Yeah. Write it down. Remember it always. Freedom is within. And I want to invite you guys to my workshop. Oh my gosh, I'm going to do a post about that in my community tab. My workshop, Work with God workshop, is going to be so fire. It's literally next Saturday. And it's going to be so good. So good. So I'll put the link for that in my community tab and in the bottom of this video. But yeah, I hope to see you guys in there. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next live. I'm going to tell you, just as God told me, put one foot in front of the other, step out on faith, and trust God for the next step. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.